but I hate having to pay for things twice, and that's my feeling. So this property we're going to is going to be an AirBNB, a luxury AirBNB. The area we're in right now is like Lower Arcadia, Scottsdale border. Lots of people like to stay up in this area. It's got the best restaurants in the valley. You got, Camelback Mountain. You got some of the biggest resorts all right around here. And so from a occupancy rate, it'll be rented around the clock. Also, there's no HOA. So this particular property has a fourplex on it and a house with a pool built in, do you know when it was built? 1940 or 35 or something like that. It's one of the older properties in this area. We did a full renovation on it. I bought the parcel for $1,050,000, putting about $325,000 into it. We're gonna go over there, check it out, see how things are going. It's supposed to be completed within the next month. We'll see. All right, so these are my business partners, Bryant and Garrett. These guys are actually the guys that make the magic happen. So look, it's January 4th right now.
Yeah.
You're telling me when's our first guest?
February 4th, baby. Let's go.
1 month from now?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm the optimistic one of the group. You guys know that, right?
Anyways, look, we're gonna put about $100,000 into landscaping. We put about $100,000 into the fourplex. All right, so we're gonna be into it for $400,000. We bought it for $1,050,000, so we're into it for less than $1.5. As soon as it is done, whatever that is, we're gonna get it refinanced, and it'll probably appraise for like what, 1.718?
1.750 is where I'm at.
1.750. That's not the plan. The plan is to keep it, right? So we buy it, we renovate it, then we refinance it, and we turn it into an Airbnb. And there's a couple reasons we like the Airbnb model. It's like 3 to 5, sometimes 6 times more in the monthly cash flow than a normal rental. What's cool about this, we're gonna actually put a fence in here, and this could be rented separately from each of the individual units, or somebody can come in, rent the whole entire compound out. They're doing like a retreat or a bachelor party or something like that, getting ready for a wedding. We're gonna make this super cool, funky, lots of grass, lots of, picture taking areas, very Instagram-y. Let's go check it out. This house is old. It used to be all closed off. They opened it all up. You can see, when you start looking around the property, this old adobe, the house is actually built out of like mud. The original house.
Yeah, dirt. Just dirt.
It just clump some dirt together and threw up a house. 1930s construction. Closet over here, got another bedroom over here, got master bath back here. This is actually, used to be a patio, but we enclosed it and turned it into a laundry room out here. A really cool barbecue area, an awning type thing. Get rid of all the pool equipment, get rid of all that stuff. Picture twinkly lights, lounging. This is the third bedroom. About 2,300 square foot. One of the hardest things to do when you're renovating a property is visualizing how to open it up and reconfigure the floor plan so it actually opens up and makes sense. It's about as good as you can do.
Sometimes I walk into properties and I'm like, I don't know what this is gonna look like. And Garrett's like, okay, so the uppers are gonna be here, the farmer's sink's here, the kitchen's here, the wall's here. Close that off, 2 extra sides here, raise that. He's got vision, he's the man, and we love Garrett. Yeah. Roll.
So the main house, it'll rent for $750 to $1,000 a night. Each one of these is basically a 1-bedroom studio. They're all identical, so we open one of them up. These ones will probably go for a couple $100 a night. Do we have any light?
No power to that.
No. So anyway, we came in, we moved some doors around, got an added washer and dryer over here. Here's the 1-bedroom. We had to redo the entire bathrooms. It's tough when you have a tight space like this, just trying to get it to work, where sliding doors work the right way, and you can come in here. And it took us a while to kind of figure out how to configure the rooms, but once we got it, then we just mirrored it all through all 4 of them. I don't think this is gonna be ready in a month. They haven't even done any of this stuff. Look at this shit. Literally the whole outside, none of this fence was even included in the bid. Bryant's bid does not have any of this patio space. So this crew that's doing this particular property, we hired somebody versus our in-house crew. So we're gonna go over to some of our new builds and show you what we do internally. you know, we care about every little detail. Like this is just shimmied in there right now. Look at there's overspray on all this stuff. This isn't even to code. You know, it's like they put the toilet so close to
Might
the
as well
shower.
put it in the shower. Sit down and take it.
Be cleaned up, thick grass out here, the twinkly lights, you know, between this building and that building. So when you walk out, it needs to feel very chill, correct, relaxing, but almost like you're at a high-end restaurant.
1 week later.
We're here at 40th. Just got off phone Bryant. He's absolutely adamant that it's gonna get done. It's gonna be great.
10 days.
He thinks it'll be done in 10 days, but like when I walked out in the back and saw that they didn't replace the fence, I was like, what's the plan? He's like, oh, we're just gonna paint it black. So we gotta walk this real quick. I want you to point out literally every single thing to me so I completely understand the construction side of things. By the way, Garrett's our general contractor of the group. If you haven't watched our other videos, this project, we have about a $350,000 budget for the renovations. We are at the 350 by the time we're done with what we're doing. So I understand Bryant's position, which is we're at our budget. It is what it is. Lock it down, get creative, get it done, get guests in here, get it rented, start making money, and then later on come back and fix things or change things. So I understand that. But I hate having to pay for things twice. And that's my fear, is we're gonna do something cheap, get it in, and 8 months from now, it's not working and we gotta rip it back out. So let's walk the property and just see what we're doing. First off, I see what you're saying now. That's the only place with tile because we ripped the rest of the roof off.
Correct. So now what are we doing there?
We gotta rip that off. What are we doing up there?
Foam. So if we're foaming that,
okay,
we're gonna put a little parapet there, or because you're not gonna want to see the edge of a foam. So we're doing peel and stick. Like these are the things we need to know, because then also when it roofs up into the wall, right? You got to make sure it goes 4 inches up into the wall, and then we're stuccoing on top. I need to get that taken care of first. So no gas was ran to the stove. Gas, water heater, gas in the house right there. Why not have a gas stove, right? Everyone wants natural gas.
Well, we need at least 6 cans in here.
Do we need lighting in the kitchen?
We need 6 cans in here.
Nowhere. So if I have a stove here, I've got no receptacles here. Health or code violation. There's no receptacles anywhere. Where are you gonna plug in anything in your kitchen? Did they forget that? And they drywall.
So now they have to rip all this out, or they can cut in and run it with the drywall in?
They're supposed to be GFIs, yeah, you're gonna have to cut the drywall and you're gonna have to run it, because they all need to be connected, because if one trips.
All right. So there's no can lighting, there's no electrical.
No electrical, no GFIs, nothing.
This is what happens when you discount, you hire a random crew at a discount. You always have to have somebody on site that's here all day, every day, checking in, making sure that every little thing is getting done in the proper order.
Yeah, look at this. This is definitely an energy saver. Like, if you're texturing, why would you just take this out? Oh.
They need to patch that. And why do we just have all this random shit coming in here? Like, is this really how our TV's gonna come in? Sometimes in different real estate projects, you gotta rally. Stuff like this happens all the time. You can't focus on all those little details and not focus on the solution. If you're only focusing on half of it, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You're gonna get the contractor and the crew over here. We're gonna go through it line item by line item, get this project back on track, and we're gonna finish strong, and we're gonna get this thing up to par so that way we can start renting it and making money.
Several days later.
The point of this whole meeting, from my perspective, is to get back on track. Like, we've been doing this remodel for now a while, a few months.
Right.
And when we do our builds, we're like, everything is to code, everything is really like dialed in, all right? When I come in here and I'm like, wow, we laid the floor, but it looks like shit. People are just like dragging materials across it, like nothing's covered up, nothing's cleaned up. The electrical's not done right. Some rooms have, the right amount of cans. Some rooms don't, like in the main house. Like, The fans are in random ass places.
The texture's like.
The texture looks like a 5th grader came in here and like, we're a team. We're in alignment. We're gonna get back on track. Okay. I need you to fight for us though, because right now there's always a balance between price and cost,
Of course.
and quality and speed.
Right.
And for right now, we're doing good on price, shitty on quality, shitty on speed.
Right.
So we got to just lift those two up a little bit and get back on track. And what I'd love for Garrett to do is just walk around as the expert of our group and just point stuff out.
Right.
You make a big list,
Right.
and then we come back here in 2-3 weeks and it's done and it's magic.
You can feel all these bubbles all over. So now it's like,
And it's in
what
every
do I
unit.
do? Do I, since it's floated, do I pop it up and grind the floor and then self-level it and put it back down? But I mean, when we're talking about a nice Airbnb, this is awful. There's a molding on one wall, and I think there's one on this wall, but there's not anywhere else. So one of the things, you see how there's a molding here?
Right.
And I think there's one, is there one right here? Yeah.
Let's
there's
just make
nowhere-
that like consistent and cleaned up.
You know what I
So
mean?
that doesn't
So
look
either
too
take
bad.
them,
Thing that
all
there
the
shouldn't be
Schluter.
paint on, right?
all the Schluter.
Yeah, all this Schluter has way too much paint. This all needs to be cleaned up. It needs to be cleaned up off the flooring. They oversprayed all on our floor over here.
Okay. Do we have electrical for the back wall?
I haven't got to it yet, so.
Okay. So we have to have electrical there. And then, do we have electrical for like dishwasher?
We're gonna put in an outlet for the dishwasher, outlet for the microwave.
Perfect.
I ripped this off the wall the other day.
Caught on the fence still.
This is hideous. Like, what is that? You think that's gonna grow back? No.
Later.
Look, at the end of the day, it's your job as a real estate investor to be the conductor of this orchestra. Sometimes when things get out of alignment, you have to step in and get everybody back on track. And sometimes you're nice when you're doing it, and sometimes you gotta be a little tough. At the end of the day, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, lots of profits. We have a very tight time schedule, and we're already way off track. So this meeting today was very, very important to get everybody back in alignment. Alignment equals velocity, and that's how you win this game as a successful real estate investor. My job is not to be in there doing the actual work. My job is to make sure all the people that are doing the work are in that alignment. So that's it. So hopefully you like watching videos like this where you get to kind of just be out in the field with me as I'm solving problems, and a lot of times they're big problems. And those are the kind of problems I want to deal with. The bigger the problems, the bigger the payday once you solve them on the other end. So if you liked videos like this, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and also look down below in the description. I give away lots of free training for you so you can get started as a creative real estate investor. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be out there solving big problems and making big profits for yourself. That's all we got for you in this one. The next video, we will show you what this project looks like when it's completely done, before and afters, and break down some of the financials of us finally making money from this project. Until then, take care, comb your hair. We'll see you on the next one.